My doctor placeboed me, and it actually worked. Not only that, he didn't just lie to me, but he got my mother to lie to me. He got the secretary at the front desk to lie to me. He had my whole family in on it as well. Everybody that was in the building at that time sold me this idea that my body was going to heal itself. And within 1 week of them telling me this, and I actually believed it, I was fully healed. I was a test subject of a placebo experiment. And it actually worked. Let me explain. When I was 9 years old, I must have been in 4th grade in America, I was at a public pool. I used to go to this public pool every single day after school. I was like a sperm cell. I would just swim all day long. And the thing about public pools is that it's not the cleanest, obviously. They can, throw some chlorine and bleach in the water, but it's not going to really do all the justice for it. And what happened actually was my thumb ended up getting a wart because of the pool not being that clean. So I got a wart on my thumb. And I also got a wart on my foot. And I was just getting, basically a wart is like a virus on your skin. And I was getting these all over my body, like on my foot, my thumb. And I kept on going to the foot and ankle specialist, and he would cut it off for me every single week. So to fight these things, it does take a while sometimes, maybe up to a month, where you would go up there, they'd get a little scalpel, a little sharp knife. They'll cut the wart off of my thumb every single week. It would bleed a little bit. They'd put some alcohol, some black liquid, some medicine. They'd even freeze it sometimes, and then bandage it up and send me on my way. The thing is, after a month, the wart was still there. 2 months, it was still there. 9, 8, 10, 11 months, actually up to 1 full year, I was still battling this wart. It got so annoying to a point where the kids at school would ask me, what's that thing on your thumb, bro? Why is there always like a black circle from the black medicine? Why is there always a black circle on your thumb? You keep drawing with a Sharpie marker on you? And I was really shy to explain to these kids that I had a wart, so I just say, yeah, it was a Sharpie. I used the Expo marker, and by accident, I slipped on my finger or something like that. I was really shy. It's not a clean thing to have on you, and it can even spread to other kids as well. So before I get started, calling, mean names and whatnot, I just lied to all the kids at school, and I really lost all of my morale. I was crushed. I'm like, well, that's it. I'm going to live with this thing forever. It's not going to go anywhere. Until eventually, after weeks and weeks of this routine checkup of cutting, scalpel, freeze, alcohol, bandage, I'm like my doctor, I walk in one day, and this foot and ankle specialist, God bless his soul, this guy is nuts. I walk in one day as a little 9 or 10-year-old kid at this point, after a year of going to him for the same exact issue. He goes and tells me, Alex, look, you've had this wart for a long time. I want to buy it off of you. Look at my mom, is this guy tripping? I'm 9 years old looking at this 40-year-old specialist doctor. What the hell's wrong with this guy? Gonna buy a wart off of me? It's not a freaking candy bar. So I start laughing, obviously. I'm like, oh yeah, it's funny. He's like, no, Alex, I'm being serious. I'm gonna actually buy the wart off of your finger. What I need you to do for me right now is I need you to draw on this piece of paper with this marker, draw a picture of your thumb and draw the warts on your thumb. Try to be as accurate as you can be. And what I'm going to do is buy this piece of paper off of you, and I'm going to take the warts off of your finger with it. And I'm like, what is this, like a fairy tale or something? What the hell's going on here? So I'm still really skeptical. There's no way, that's not how science and medicine works, bro. I'm not a dummy, even though I was 10 years old, not even. My mom was like, no, Alex, this is actually real. This actually does work, I swear. And my mom was in on it too. She wasn't even laughing or nothing. My mom cannot lie for her life. And she was like, no, this is legit, Alex. This can actually work for you. So I start laughing oh my God, this is really cool if that's the case. He's like, yeah, it's totally real. He goes, even look, he took it a step further, and this really solidified my belief and that I was going to have this wart purchased off of my body. He takes me to the front desk, to the secretary that was working up there. All right, I was 9 years old. I had a little crush on her or something. She was like, hey, Alex, so look at this paper right here. So she shows me on her screen, a file with 40 images, right? She starts going through all these pictures on her computer screen saying, look, boom, right there, right there, right there. These are all kids your age, and these are pictures of them drawing the wart either on their thumb, their finger, their hand, their foot, and there was just a bunch of pictures of drawings from kids just like me. And she's like, look, I swear, all the kids that did this, all their warts were gone the next day. And I'm freaking out, bro. No way. My mom, my doctor, secretary, everybody's saying this is real. And I'm seeing other kids doing it too. This is nuts, bro. So I start freaking out a little bit. I'm like, okay, I don't know what's going on, but let's do it. So I draw the picture. I start laughing. I'm so excited. And he takes the picture off of me, and he's like, look, here's $1. Never forget. I'm like, no. $1 is too much, bro. I can buy 4 ice cream bars with that before the economy became, inflation, all that BS. I was like, $1 is too much, bro. I don't have the heart. I can't take that much money from you. Give me less. He's like, here's 50 cents. I'm like, no, less. He goes, okay, here's 25 cents. I said, okay, deal. So I take the 25 cents, put it in my pocket. I'm laughing. I give him the paper, and I walk out that day. That's all I did. I swear to God, the next morning I woke up, the wart was 90% gone. It was like a little speck on my finger. I'm freaking like, mom, the wart is gone. No way. I'm freaking out. I'm telling all my siblings like, holy shit, this is crazy. This guy's a wizard, bro. This guy's an actual wizard. And then, look, within a week after that, the wart was nowhere to be seen. Literally traceless. I stopped going to him. No need to go cut my warts anymore. The kids at school stopped asking questions. I had no more like warts on my fingers and my foot. Everything was gone. And I thought, oh, that's just science. That's just how it works, right? I thought it's probably like normal since all the kids my age do that. This must not be anything too crazy, right? So some years go on. My mom never tells me that it was a fake placebo test. My mom doesn't ever tell me that the doctor was lying. We were all in on this little lie to make your brain or your body, suggest to itself and boost your own immune system by believing in it. None of this was ever explained to me. So I'm just this ignorant, naive little kid thinking, oh, science, right? Like 4 or 5, 6 years go by, I'm like, yo, it's kind of weird. I had these vivid memories of me going to a foot and ankle specialist and him saying that he's going to buy a wart off of me. Mom, did that actually happen? She said, yeah, we actually placeboed you. And she sits down and just explains the whole story to me, and I'm literally shivering. Like, I'm 16 years old. Like, what the hell did you guys do to me? So very recently, I realized that my subconscious mind, through belief that I could heal myself, or through belief that 100% guaranteed my body was going to be healed from this virus on my skin, this wart, maybe my immune system boosted itself or something happened, some mechanism in my body just because of my brain believing, me letting go of the crushed morale saying, oh, this is never going to leave, I'm going to have this sickness forever. When I just dropped that and believed in positive change, like this is going to happen, it happened. Literally 24 hours after, it was almost fully gone. So even till this day, I'm still puzzled by it. So I go and try to call my foot and ankle specialist and ask him, like, what the hell was that? Can I get you on my channel? Can we talk about this? So I call, and it turns out he sold his whole practice. This guy's nowhere to be found. He stopped practicing. He like is fully retired. But I'm like, yo, I still got to get in contact with him somehow. So I look up his first name, middle name. I go on to like public records. I'm doing all this deep diving. I finally found his personal phone number online. So I call him, right? This is like 2 weeks ago. I actually call my doctor from like 11 years ago. I'm like, look, doc, my name is Alex. It's been a long time. You probably don't even know who I am, but this is who I am. I had very curly hair when I was a kid. I had a wart on my finger. He's like, no, I don't recall who you are. How'd you get my number? I'm like, listen, I'll answer that question later. This is my mom's name, my dad's name, my uncle's name, my cousin, brother, sister, everybody. He's like, oh, I know your family, of course, man. Yeah, how's it going? How's everything? I'm like, look, bro, how the hell did you placebo me when I was a kid? Do you remember what you did to me? You lied to me. And my wart was gone nearly within 24 hours. Doctor, what did you do? And he was like, oh, I do remember when I placeboed you. Yeah. And I'm just sitting there waiting for his like response. I'm so anxious. And he's like, okay, so Alex, you know when I was showing you those pictures of all the kids that also tried to draw the picture and sell it to me? I said, yeah. He's like, well, you're the only patient that it worked on. What? I'm like, bro, doc. So out of all those kids you showed me, they were all drawing pictures. You were buying away their warts or wishing away the wart, as the practice is called. He's like, yeah, look, at that time, I was trying to get rid of your wart and some other kids as well. So I was looking up some experimental practices that I can try out in my own practice. And one of the things that I saw was a correlation in a few studies where kids that believed their wart was going away, doctors try many different methods. Some just outright lie to them. Some say it's going to go away if you jump 3 times, whatever it is. When the kid believes, he has a strong boost in his immune system because he's so naive and like gullible that he really, really does believe it, and it makes a physical change in his body. He becomes a lot more strong and more immune. So I tried it on you, and it only worked on you. All the other kids it failed on. You were the only patient that I had success with wishing away their wart. And I'm freaking out. Like, bro, am I Superman? Do I have some sort of like subconscious, extremely powerful brain? Like, why did it only work on me and not all these other 30 kids? So I'm looking into it some more, and there actually are some studies. It's very, very controversial. Some doctors are like, nah, not true. Maybe it just happened by coincidence, by accident. There's no way that you can believe something and it actually makes a difference in your body. But some doctors say absolutely true. We see a correlation, so we can kind of suggest that there might be a causation. But then it just goes back and forth. So the more that I look into this, I realize maybe My body actually healed itself because I believed that I was going to be healed. When I stopped holding on to that negative belief, like I'm going to have this forever. It's already been 6 months. I'm going to go for 6 years. It's never going to go away. Holding on to that made my immune system weaker maybe, and I couldn't fight this off naturally. So he's cutting every week and the virus is growing and growing, and he's cutting and it's not stopping. Or maybe it was just a coincidence, and who knows, maybe the week that he tried it, my body miraculously, spontaneously boosted itself and ridded myself of the wart. Till this day, I am still puzzled. There's not a clear piece of evidence that I can look towards and say this is guaranteed a fact, but please let me know in the comments, what the hell happened to me? Do you believe that this is true, that if somebody believes in something, that they can actually have a physical change in their body, that their immune system can actually be boosted? Or is this just some sort of weird correlation that happened in my life, just some weird coincidence that wasn't really anything special? Please let me know in the comments down below. I'm going to be trying to respond to all of your comments. If you're a doctor or a med student or anybody that has any medical authority, please comment. Let us hear your opinion on this controversial topic as well, because personally, I 100% believe that my subconscious mind boosted my own immune system, but I can't make that claim. Obviously, I'm not a doctor. So please, if you are, comment below. Let's continue this discussion. I would love to hear what you have to say about this. I'm also working on a video titled something like Reprogramming My Subconscious Mind, and I'm going to have a psychologist in the video doing it with me as well. So stay tuned for that. Subscribe as well. I love you all so much, my freaking boys. I love you. Mwah. Stay dreaming. Oh shit. Stay dreaming. Stay lucid. I'm out. Peace. Let's get to 1 mil subs. We're almost there. Let's go, baby. Peace.